Do you ever feel like your emotions are taking over your life? Are you often triggered by even the slightest thing? If so, it's all good. It happens to all of us. It's part of being human. The question is, how can we work with our emotions in productive ways so they don't actually ruin our peace? It's time to learn how to let go of anything that gets in the way of your freedom and joy, once and for all. And let's be real, letting go can be scary. We are wired to hold on to what is familiar, even if it is not serving us, which is why it is not always easy to let go. But with a little effort and a willingness to grow, you can do this. And in the next few minutes, we are going to show you exactly how. We'll be sharing a powerful 4-step process that can help you finally let go and live in harmony with the natural flow of your life. It's going to take some courage, but with each step, you will feel a weight lifted off your shoulders. Are you ready? Let's get into it. What exactly do you need to let go of? Sometimes you can have those pesky thoughts that just won't quit, whether it's anxiety creeping up on you, or whether it's that inner critic that judges your every move, or that old habit of self-doubt that gets in the way of your joy and greatness. Negative thought patterns are part of being human. The problem is that if they go unchecked, they can steer your life in directions that don't serve you. Remember that you are in the driver's seat. You deserve to be happy, and you have the power to let go of anything that no longer serves you. How can you do this? Well, one way to start is by going in reverse. That's right. We need to backtrack in order to move forward. The first step is to focus on the emotions that are causing the thoughts, and then tend to them. By doing this, you'll be able to shift your mindset and take control of how you react to any situation. With practice, your daily thoughts will eventually change to more positive responses. With intention, you can steer your life in the direction of your highest good. So, that's where we begin. We need to tend to the emotions that give rise to the negative thoughts. But which emotions do we tend to? Well, grab a pen and start taking notes, because we are going to unveil the kinds of emotions that can get in the way of our highest joy. Knowing this can liberate you from anything that is holding you back. So, which emotions do you need to let go of? Our emotions are like colors on a palette. Each one has its own unique hue and texture. Or, in other words, each one has a different impact on our lives. So, the best way to understand your emotions is to categorize them into colors. First of all, we have green emotions. These are the ones that make you feel good and happy, like peace, love, joy, and contentment. As you know, these feelings are vital for mental health and emotional well-being, and we can cultivate these in many ways. Then there are emotions like acceptance, willingness, courage, and pride. We can categorize these as yellow emotions because they may not bring us the same level of happiness as the green ones, but they are essential for our growth and development. They show that we are on the path of healing, on the journey of becoming our greatest selves. Finally, we have the red emotions, and these are the ones that cause the most damage. Fear, anger, grief, guilt, and shame can leave us feeling overwhelmed, anxious, and depressed. They can rob us of our happiness and peace and make us feel stuck and helpless. So, which emotions are helpful to tend to? You guessed it, red emotions are the ones to work on in the process of letting go. And it's not always easy. Challenging emotions can be really hard to be with. That's why so many people numb out or distract themselves from actually feeling the intensity that red emotions naturally hold. But remember, you are bigger than your emotions. You are in control, not your emotions. So despite how intense red emotions can be, there's no need to fear them or run away from them. That only makes it worse and keeps them with you longer. The best thing we can do is actually lean into the challenging emotions and simply be with them, as uncomfortable as it can be. As the saying goes, we must feel it to heal it. And the The only way out is through. Healing is a pathway to freedom and joy. But first, we need to overcome the fear of letting go. Letting go of anger, guilt, shame, or grief is much easier said than done. Why is it so hard to let go? Sometimes we fear letting go because we don't know what is on the other side. We fear the unknown and the uncertainty that comes with it. But what if we embraced the unknown with open arms instead? What if we saw letting go as an opportunity to make room for new experiences, new emotions, new growth, new adventures, a new version of ourselves? What if we learned to trust ourselves at a deep level and to trust the universe that holds everything together, knowing that everything happens for a reason and everything helps us move closer to our true selves and to our highest potential? Let's take a step forward with courage and start letting go. Here is a 4-step technique. We can't change our thoughts or master the art of managing our emotions in a single day. It takes time and practice, of course. David Hawkins shared an amazing technique in his book, Letting Go, that can help us free ourselves from the hold that red emotions can sometimes have in our life. Here are 4 steps you can follow. Step 1, ask yourself, what am I feeling? Sit down for a moment and ask yourself, what am I actually feeling here? Be honest with yourself about identifying which emotions and what thoughts you are having at the moment. The thing is, we learn to suppress or ignore our emotions over time. So in most cases, we can't even recognize why we are feeling a certain way. So for the first step, you have to tune into your body and find out what exactly are you feeling. Are you feeling angry? Are you afraid? Are you frustrated? Identify one emotion under the surface and acknowledge it. Step 2, sit with it for a few minutes. The next thing to do is to sit in silence with that emotion for at least a minute. Contemplate it, feel it, really be with it, even if it's uncomfortable. Acknowledge its presence in your body. Our responses to situations are rarely for a simple reason. Our emotional responses usually come from feelings that have been built up over the years. For example, when someone criticizes a person, that person can react in many ways. They can become angry, they can get defensive, they can feel hurt, they can feel shame, they can take criticism in a constructive way, or they can just ignore it. Why so many responses? Why does every person react in a different way? The reason is that our feelings and responses are tied to different stories and experiences from our own lives. Every response is tied to something unique about us from our past. So it can be helpful to be like a detective and find out what is causing a particular response in you. What might the deeper reason be? What connection to your past can help you understand your present emotional reaction? Sit with yourself for a few minutes or talk with a friend about it and see what insights come up. Remember, as you feel your emotions, you can heal them. Step 3 is all about allowing. Whether or not you are able to detect what is causing the anger, the guilt, the fear, or even the experience of shame, what is most important is to ask yourself, can I allow this feeling to be as it is right now? Instead of pushing away the uncomfortable emotions in hopes that if we ignore them, they'll go away, the best thing we can do is actually allow the intense emotions to arise and be as they are. We can allow them to have a seat at the table. This way, we can observe them, we can be with them, and we can eventually heal them through our conscious observation of them. One powerful practice that you can try is literally holding out your hand, placing the red emotion in it, and simply observing it from various angles with care and curiosity. This act creates a helpful distance between the bigger you and that challenging emotion. If it's literally in the palm of your hand, you can see how much bigger you are than the emotion. You are now back in control. As they say, what you resist persists. What you allow can flow out naturally. Don't fight or resist the challenging emotion. There's no forcing it out. The power is in the allowing and observing of the feeling. As Jack Kornfield reminds us, to let go does not mean to get rid of. To let go means to let be. When we let be with compassion, things come and go on their own. Step 4 is a powerful shift into a willingness to move forward. The next question to ask yourself is, am I willing to let this go so I can move forward? As soon as you open this door, you're already in a new place. You have already moved from a red emotion to the yellow emotion of willingness. Remember what we discussed earlier? Having the willingness to grow is essential in the process of letting go and shows that you are well on your way. So, if you are on this 4th step, it means you have already succeeded and moved forward in your healing process. Whatever is causing a red emotion to show up, whether it is a past event, a childhood experience, a recent memory, old grief, or an unhealthy habit, ask yourself, am I willing to let this go? That is a powerful question that moves you forward in your journey. As Carl Jung said, I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. So what do you choose for yourself moving forward? Remember to be gentle and kind with yourself as you move through the process of letting go, which is essentially a process of letting be and moving forward in creating the life you desire. So, there you have it, a 4-step process that can help you let go with ease and finally be at peace.